Blackthorn. Got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the Stardust. Should be enough to begin.
We should go out on... beat sneaking around on your Todd all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plate in. It will take some time, mind.
Thank you, Black.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Good day to you, Sid.
It's all but spent.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
We had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is...
Go on.
There a wisp rustler. It give it...
Of course.
Excellent. You might...
Or...
Hello, Sid.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You alright, Sid?
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have met...
Oh, I heard the...
All right.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures.
No.
Where was that?
In Lawbert was out, foraging, ran back here as quick...
I see. Seems Lawbert's Pass is our best bet then. What do you say? Google. Shall we go and investigate? This is no time to ride. You there.
Fuck! Get them before they...
Black Shield. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
Why were they here?
Good day to you.
The crystals we get.
Clive,
I found some
black shield, though they serve, and it would appear the pack is damn it all. And bite.
I'm sorry, who did the...
Because I want him.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that...
I don't understand. Why him? Why...
I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the... And fight it I did in my... I saw more than a few corrupt officials, and throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed...
So what, Shay?
I discovered that he hunted bear. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. A means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask. His response, however... And he faced no punishment. I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum... So I set about enacting my... I tracked down every soul who served him, but the man himself proved an alter... With money and power come... And so I saw that I would need an army. I came here, to Lostwing, and began recruiting...
And...
Of course. They too have lost love, seen faultless friends, sent to the gallows to... Our wounds are the same. We know where he hides. What we did not know until now...
Quentin...
Our time is short. My friends and comrades.
I'm not going to change his mind.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
No surprises there.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Kupka, but when I close my eyes... Only I don't. I wish you would.
Is everything we've received and everything promised?
All done?
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorns started work on the plating.
Excellent.
So,
The helm I've got for this.
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name?
Oh, Sid.
Yes.
I'll show you the... Here, excess heat is dealt with by means of the... Now, in other words, the reactor would... This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are... And not only... Why? If...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's no longer a...
I see. What'd that?
Oh, I'll gather my...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
If you're ready, we leave at once.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visitor. Time to go. The things I do for you, Mid.
Cid!
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed.
All right.
Seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid.
Excellent.
And
Right.
how's that?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, which is why a prism for the... I thought a triple thick layer of tempers. The helm and the plating are bulky. I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I...
Tomes. I've got all the detail. Can you take this to it?
Right away.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has an indomitable rival.
Hippocrates.
For you, Clive?
Well, actually, it's for Mid this. Could you take a look at it?
Shielding for a...
She has some specific requirements for the materials, and yet remain cool enough on the outside, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to...
Perhaps it is not a different...
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even... And yet, we have made a home here.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from... I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of it before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm.
No, so if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. I shall speak to them and see if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredient. The knowledge of the past may yet...
Thank you, Hopok. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove... So, who will...
Very well. So then.
I have taken the liberty of...
White Chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list... I would have thought the...
Though these are so much now.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway.
I will.
You two enjoy...
You too, Ty. Now, where's Jill?
There's talk.
Things would have been different.
Welcome, welcome. I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking...
How about you look for the... I'll find the other thing.
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
Fresh cuts! Come and get them before...
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I hope it's to your liking.
Buy, sell, or be gone.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while? Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Is there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... ah!
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how I love when we can live on our own.
Thank you. Well, I need to give these ingredients. I'll see you at the hike.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Harpocrates is getting on with the Moondew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, I was just explaining to Talia, and now that we have all...
You can count on me.
What about the shielding?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be...
Thank you.
Right then.
Jill, of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you.
It appears our work... A shame. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will be followed by a rigorous, perhaps someone ought to warn young...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Ab. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shield...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking. Hippocrates knew of a substance he's supervising the construction.
Brilliant.
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt up to the Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. Let's take this house. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some precision.
It's finished. It's...
Fuck for that. I'll be...
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines and will be...
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva...
Good luck to them. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any...
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil... That's what she was meant to be, you see. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realised I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to. I want people to sail aboard her by choice. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get...
All right. My mind's made. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plans.
Are you sure about...
Something tells me it's
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I...
All right.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Well. Here, Sid.
Let's hear it.
Well, lovely bit of kit. Problem is, which is...
I imagine.
So what? Nothing. Gave you your poor soul. And you...
I take...
would have gone...
All right.
Frank...
Better?
He cracked the crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him. Hopefully it's nothing. I got your note. You think something's wrong?
So you can read. I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weird. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but didn't like him. Which is what I've been working into.
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do...
I suppose things have been different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows.
Instead of everything.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a... If we assume that his newfound it may well be that the Bones Lady Karen is a frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far large. As to where one might find a suitable substitute,
I don't recall ever seeing...
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such, the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Oh, I've never drinking. Is that the thing Toes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive. That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto. A little. Listen. I've some bad, and it's maybe. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help.
Be late for...
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming, you get Clive to come to you, the man in charge of the place. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And...
We owe 3 of our most...
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well...
Do we have that much to hand?
No, we don't. After the King's ransom, besides.
All right. Is there anything I can...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking...
Rocks.
Rocks? A little something, Sid nice, and I reckon 50.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place.
I know.
Go.
Because... you'd rather...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No. Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask, and you might still be doubting your craft. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a still. You got a king. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd look. The metal itself wasn't anything to write. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's troubling.
No. Not troubling me exactly.
And if you knew how to, we could arm the curse bread.
That's about...
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacksmith.
You're a soft touch, you know. But I can't say I'm not grateful.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen... You're looking well.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But I...
Little wondrous. There's not many like that make it as far as the which made it nice in it.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people? Suppose you're not. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Delmec, and he's got more money than sense. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dal...
Thank you, Karen.
Oh.
I appreciate the...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt...
A star route. It's worth at least twice what you owe me.
Think of the difference as it...
Interest? Anyway, why are you a bit much sending the law?
Something like that.
Same as all back when the place was probably knew that without it, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the...
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who... I reckon what he's... And don't we all? That...
Stay sharp.
Ready, go?
Time to fight. Straight home now. A wildfire. Nice area.
Silence!
chance! Hope there aren't any more of them. Good girl. Enough of you, are there? Certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough? I say that answers my question, which means we owe the laws. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got... People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The most fragrant Dusan, I know you're keen, but
Oh, where did all the men have gone?
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
The St. Drake's Fang is gone.
My reputation will be...
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be
Please, allow me. His lordship is going through a difficult time.
Radim!
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused...
That? No. That's just... He's been dispossessed of his luggage, you see.
I don't suppose a certain blade with a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac.
A condition I would be a fool.
I don't suppose you saw with the thief.
I did not.
And that's where I'm headed.
I shall speak.
That will be very...
Farewell.
Time to fight. I can walk from here. Time to fight. straight home now. Come on. Faster!
Got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be... all right.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my effects. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Radim here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right. Speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting pay.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter competition with a rival. I am one step ahead of the...
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Thank you again for your assistance. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right.
Trust Uncle Byron now.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has...
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and Oil of Talc?
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Oh, my.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaways and to compensate you for the time.
I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much, that the man owes me nothing. Nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could...
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy and blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done. But it was...
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear an ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded...
Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted...
Ah, but she was just too... She threw it right back in my...
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't St. Isaac.
I'm sure you were a stag...
How are you doing? Oh, this... Don't be a stranger, eh?
Lady Cat Goad tells... Would you prefer...
What that? I may have tossed, but those were donations.
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shut...
Oh, fine. But I'm... Where'd you even get this? A canny one, meanwhile. Might be I already. Might be you even. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up... Thanks to this I sometimes wonder...
Speaking of which, I...
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you?
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy...
I knew so little about...
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seemed to have fun. How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. Back in the day. I was a purser on a trade. He bought passage to... I forget where. We set up drinking Island rum till the morning bell. Drag quit my post not long after that. On account of making... Me and Sid stayed close. That was... before fate. The magic woke inside my son soon up, and there was no hiding it.
Couldn't you and your family?
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they... Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him swore he'd do, and he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army, threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no, I knew then. I'd follow that man. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? Let's sail it round the lake.
I noticed you and Torg. So, that'll teach me for treating. All right, now we know what.
Speaking of which,
You can, aye. In return.
I was just a moment. Sorry for that. Hopefully,
you learned something.
I did better. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't. One hit, and it might not be so bad if all you ever could.
Even so.
I think so, yeah. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I reckon we get a dozen swords that the curse breakers wouldn't. Nah. No point trying to copy that. But finishing our blades with a whetstone is fine. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel. I won't make a copy.
I'm sure the curse just...
I'll be what? Hey, I owe you.
You'll be happy.
You come.
All right.
Okay, yeah. What do you want? Anything else?
Red crystals.
Ah, were you able to...
We were indeed, Lawsman.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks.
Ah, do you recall our conversation
about how she somehow...
What? Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, and that number has only grown, as one can but speculate as to...
He has seemed more...
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still.
Ready, girl? Fly, Ambrosia.
All right. No holding back. No need to ride from here.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Let's go.
Faster!
No need to ride from here. Come on.
Yeah!
That'll do, girl. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Your reign is over. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it.
Don't just stand there gawping. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right there? How's that?
I have it.
That's the stuff. You're a gent. Right then. There we... The Telemon Alembic. And it worked.
Very impressive.
Says the man.
There's no need.
Don't be si... Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run. Thought we might use it to breathe. Ah.
Well,
That's the spirit. Well,
it certainly
right.
Thank you.
No net for support. I'm telling.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goose has an indomitable rival.
How may I help you today, Clarence? Best of luck out there, Sid.
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? No, excuses.
Not quite.
She said that.
She.
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway there.
Mid.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Obolus, have you seen Mid?
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are ya? But anyway, I got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of...
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mean...
tidings. Trouble in Camlet, well.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to talk.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Got it just like when we built... Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now.
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the other.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joining us too. She's got some things to take care of, but...
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Cooker is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the Lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. Not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there'll be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goots.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go with them? Oh, thanks, Nan.
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot. There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
Run like the wind. This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today. Thanks, Gal.
Lucky to make it out alive.
Really?
It's as bad. Oh, aye.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, what about this fear? Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend.
How does a merchant miss?
Oh, the man's a coward.
He sent the two of us to fetch.
My brother's right.
We may have seen
you. Chances up.
Well, if I'm
You've clearly got a...
We're luck now.
Or no.
You
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take care.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of it.
Seems...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly?
It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude. What if we want...
I see the Dalnecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least. The path continues on the other side.
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here. these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominant sin bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greagor, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.